This question's for Kareem. Kareem, if Coach said Justice would have to miss some time, how do you go about replacing a guy like that? Depending on how long he's out?
I'm not sure how long he's out. I mean, it's my first time really kind of hearing it as well. I mean, it's hard to replace a guy like Justin Simmons. You know what he does for our defense, what he does in the locker room and for this team with his leadership. I mean, it's tough. I'm sure everybody in the community knows what type of guy he is on and off the field. But I mean, for us, we kind of pride ourselves on having, the next guy available ready. And Caden Sterns played a ton of ball in this league in such a short time. So I think he's very ready for the situation and for the opportunity. And I think he'll come in. I think he'll play great.
Kijic, there was a lot of emotions when you played at Houston a couple of years ago. Do you think it's similar now, or there's been so much turnover that it's kind of just another game, save for the handful of people you might run into?
I mean, like you said, it's a lot of turnover. New team, new coaching staff. I mean, for me, obviously Houston is just one of those places that always resonate with me just because of the time I spent there, regardless of who's coaching there and who's playing there. So, I mean, just always. I mean, I'm sure there's still a couple of people there that are friends with and that I know that was there when I was there. But for me, at the end of the day, it's another opportunity for us on the schedule. And we have to, I'll approach it that way, and I'm sure everybody else will.
How do you gauge the mood of this team as you guys get back out here today?
Just, thus far being in the building, I mean, everybody's been, positive for the most part. We feel like as a team, we definitely let one get away, and watching the plays today, as a team, and a lot of the things that were pointed out, by Coach Hackett, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of just undisciplined things as far as like the penalties and things like that, that kind of costed us that game. I think second half is what it's supposed to look like, when they're talking about on the defensive side of the ball. But just for us, it's just making corrections and moving forward. We have 16 more opportunities, as a team, and then just have to get better each and every day.
You guys only gave up 34 yards in the second half. What changed from the first half to the second half?
Just communication, I feel as though some of the situations we weren't on the same page. I feel like everything that they, point-wise that they got, we kind of gave them. Whether it's, bust assignments or communication and things like that. When we did it the right way, the second half is what it's supposed to look like. The entire game. We have to, for us, is being positive about that and correct those mistakes and just try to put it all together and play a complete game.
And how much
think
more
about the decision to kick the field goal?
I mean, for me, I'm here to play ball. As far as making those decisions, we supporting the decisions being made as a player. But I mean, at the end of the day, we came out with a loss, and it didn't come down to that situation. For us, looking back at it, all the other, things that we did wrong throughout that game, we should have never been in that situation. We had a ton of penalties. Defensively, we gave up, 2 touchdowns that shouldn't have happened. Had some missed tackles, along with a lot of other things. We felt like we gave that one away, and like I said, after the game, give those guys credit. They did what they had to do. They made the plays that needed to be made, and we didn't, and it'll result, in losses usually. So for us, it's just all about building on the positive things that we did and just trying to put a complete game together.
You mentioned in the second half is what it's supposed to look like. How confident are you that that's what it can look like from the beginning?
I'm very confident in that. I know the group of guys that we have. We have a ton of leaders all the way across the board. So I'm very confident in that. I think we'll have a great day today, and we'll continue to build until Sunday.
How much more emphasis in terms of communication falls on you with Justin not being out there? Not that you don't trust Caden or PJ, but to make sure it's all right.
I don't think, any more will fall on me. Like I said, Caden's played a ton of ball at a high level in this league, in such a short time. But he's a smart player. We've used him in a bunch of different roles. So, for him to step in and play safety, he did it a little bit for me last year when I was out. So, like I said, he has a ton of experience. I expect him to step in and play great.
Thanks, Green.